Hello YouTube, today I'm going to be making my famous macaroni and cheese. This is a very special recipe because it's more adult than most macaronis and cheeses. So anyway, let me run you through the list of ingredients. I'm going to be using 2 cups of uncooked macaronis. I'm going to be using 2 cups of milk. I'm going to be using about half of a pack of bacon, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 2 tablespoons of butter. And right now, to get things started, I'm boiling up the water to cook the macaroni, and I'm going to start cooking the bacon down. So I'll show you what all that looks like. So we got our water heating up to boil the macaroni, and we have the pan heating up to a medium heat. And it's gotten pretty hot. We've also got a plate here with a paper towel to dry the bacon off when it's done. We're just going to put all of this in, even if it overlaps, and flip it with the 2 forks method. Now that we've got all the bacon in the pan, we're going to add the macaroni to the water and cook those until they're done. That'll basically be about 10 minutes or so. Just keep in mind, stir it occasionally so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And turn the heat down a little bit to medium as you're boiling this macaroni. So the bacon's done. We're just going to take all of this out. The bacon is perfect. It's nice and brown and crispy. We're going to put it on this towel and let it dry. Now normally I would probably even cook it even a little bit more. But the thing is, it's going in the oven on top of the macaroni and cheese, so we don't want to burn the heck out of it. So anyway, this is what it looks like. This is how you cook bacon. Now let's get started on the cheese sauce. We're going to turn the heat on to basically medium and get the pan a little bit hot. And then add 2 tablespoons of butter. We've got 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of flour. Now, put the butter on the stove, and we're going to start melting this down. Okay, what we're going to do now that we've got ourselves the 2 tablespoons of butter melted down almost, we're going to dump in the 2 tablespoons of flour. And we're going to start whisking this together, just making sure it becomes a uniform paste. We're going to keep mixing this together for about 5 minutes to get the floury taste out of the flour. And after that, we'll add the milk. Okay, so we've been cooking this roux down for about 5 minutes now. We got all the floury taste out. We're going to start making the sauce. We're going to add the 2 cups of milk a little bit by a little bit at a time, maybe a third at a time, and stir this in really well. Make sure everything gets mixed together completely. And once it starts boiling up, then we'll add more of the milk. Now that it's boiling and that's thickened up, we're going to add the 2nd third of the milk. Get all that together. And finally, the 3rd third of the milk. We're going to add this, and now we're going to start seasoning it. So what we're going to do is add about, I'd say half a teaspoon of thyme, very nice thyme. A good amount of pepper, salt, that is. But not too much. And a good amount of pepper. This is cracked, this is a cracked pepper blend with white, red, and black peppercorns that we're putting in here. Not too much. And about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. A teaspoon of Worcester sauce. Put that in. We're going to mix that up and taste it. It could use a little bit more salt. So we put that in, and we continue stirring. And now comes the best part. We've got it to the consistency that we want it. It's nice and thick. It's been cooking for about 10 minutes on medium heat. We got it nice and consistent, nice and smooth and delicious. Let's turn the heat off and add the 2 cups of the cheddar cheese slowly, a little bit at a time. This is the best part. So, take some and put it in there. And then just mix it in, let it melt with the hot roux. Oh, this is beautiful. This is my favorite part of this. Really, really nice. So anyway, get this in and put some more. And apart from this 2 cups of cheese here, we have about another cup there to put on top of the macaroni and cheese. gonna be good. This is adult macaroni and cheese. This is how you take some little kid's dish and make it into something that you want to eat. So now that we've got all the cheese mixed in there, it's melting, we've got a nice thick smooth sauce, we are going to start putting this into the baking dish. So we've got the oven preheating on 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 176 Celsius. We're going to take this little baking dish here, we're going to butter it. Just get butter all over it and the sides. And then we'll spread the rest around with a little paper towel. So we've got ourselves a nice little buttered baking dish. Let's take the 2 cups of macaroni that we previously cooked, put it in there. Just spread it out evenly as much as we can. Now it's time to pour the sauce on. This is my second favorite part of it. Apart from making the sauce, give the sauce one last little stir so it's nice and smooth, which it is. And let's pour this on top of the macaroni. Just pour it all on. Worry about moving it around in a minute. Oh yeah, this looks really good. Smells really good too, really cheesy. So, take that and start mixing it into the macaroni. Just make sure all the macaroni is submerged in this wonderful cheese sauce. And then we're going to start topping this. Now that we've got the macaroni on a nice level, what we're going to do is start taking some of this bacon and crumbling it on top. So just give it a nice covering of bacon, of bacon bits. Now, we're going to take some breadcrumbs and put that on top. So we got some breadcrumbs. Make a nice little even layer on the top, just so all the cheese is getting touched by some kind of breading, which in this case would be the breadcrumbs. Make sure it has a nice breadcrumb topping. And now, we're going to take the last cup of cheddar cheese we have and try to get that on the top evenly. Breaking it up because we had it in the fridge for a while. Put a nice covering of this on. Oh yeah. Since this food is obviously all about the health, about being healthy, we're going to take a little bit more butter and put it on the top just to help with the melting process. Look at this, we've got some little pieces. Let's put one here, maybe one there, a little bit more here. Just dot the top lightly with butter basically. And now it's time for this guy to go into the oven. Like I said, the oven's on 350 Fahrenheit. I'm going to cook this for about 20 minutes. Put it in there, and I'll show you what this looks like when it's done. So, the macaroni and cheese is done. It's been in there for about 20 minutes. It's completely cooked, nice and browned on the top. Here we go. This is what we are dealing with here. Look at that. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's going to be crispy and creamy and delicious. Here it is. I'm going to let it rest for about 3, 4, or 5 minutes before I start cutting it. So it's been a few minutes. Let's start plating this up. I'm going to take this spatula and go around the edges a little bit. Oh, it's really, really soft. But anyway, let's go all the way around the edges. And we're going to scoop a nice piece out. And now, maybe cut it almost in half. We're just going to put that on the plate. Here we go. The other part. And the rest here. And here it is, folks. Some nice, rich, creamy, adult mac and cheese. Here's my plate of mac and cheese, guys. It's completely done, completely cooked, and I'm going to be eating this now. Just take one last look at it. It's steaming hot and everything. I'm going to pour myself a nice Coca-Cola and get started with this. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.